And so I'm going to suggest that that's the anchor. And I want to talk about this in a little bit more of a specific way. Because in the beats, you know, if you're going to choose a spiritual path, I want you to pay very close attention to what spiritual accessories the path offers you. I really like Sufi beads. I didn't wear one, but there's these really cool hats. And we get these robes. It's like, it's just awesome. So it's just, you want to, it's important piece. That's what I find. So for Sufi beads, somebody was asking me yesterday about the beads because they had beads too. I was like, oh, cool. These beads have 99 beads and then one. And then the 99 beads are for the divine qualities, which are actually infinite, that is represented by 99. The divine qualities are these elemental qualities that we've all experienced, like love or wisdom. It's part of my invocation when I was asked for these qualities to be aware of them. Success is a divine quality. Strength. Death, destruction is a divine quality, right? How could it not be? There's all kinds of different divine qualities. And gentleness. And these divine qualities are, it's important in understanding them that we don't manufacture them. We receive them, and we can express them and experience them, but we don't create them. And this is one of the pieces that I think is where we get stuck as human beings, is that we attempt, a lot of times our actions are attempts to create these divine qualities. And let me give you an example. So for instance, in business, if you're needing money, oh my God, I need money. What does money represent for you? You know, usually it could represent a number of things. It could represent security. It could represent appreciation. It could represent love. Depends on what's happened in your family history and what your experience has been around money. Everybody's got a messed up experience with money, right? It's like, what does money represent for you? What do you think that you'll get if you get that money? And so our actions are trying to like create that feeling. If I have enough money, I'll finally be safe. Or to let me know that people appreciate me. And so if we think if we get that money that we're going to experience that, and it's actually backwards, right? Spiritual, this is nothing new. Spiritual teachers have been talking about this for millennia, passing on what's in the common knowledge, right? It's not do, have, be, right? Again, because if your actions are coming from this place of neediness, this place of, oh my God, I need to be safe, and your actions are coming from that. Can you feel that? Like if you can take a moment right now, if you're willing, it's a little uncomfortable, but like think about some place in your business or your life where it's not working and what you're desperately needing there. And just feel the energy, feel how you feel when you drop into that. I know, I'm making big points as a facilitator, asking you to be really uncomfortable. Just take a moment and just like take a moment back. Can you feel how that feels? How does that feel? Just some popcorn. What do you notice feeling that? What's that? Unsettling. It's unsettling.
Heavy.
Heavy.
Stressful.
Stressful. Harsh.
Dark.
Yeah, dark. So if you take action feeling that way, what do you think is going to happen? Have you experienced that when somebody else feels off, that you can feel that in them? Yeah? This is an explanation, again, for our entire economy, right? Because it's coming from that. What in God's green earth does anybody need $100 million of personal wealth? What are they going to even do with that? And then want more. That's not greed. That's grief. And so what I'm suggesting here with these anchors is that we find, if we're working with something in our business, and we've got a particular, we need our businesses to be, like I said, I'm not saying you should earn money. Like, bring the money on. Like, I want to see the healers and the transformational workers and the people that are doing good work to have some of this money that's floating around in our economy. Huge, ungodly amounts, like ungodly. Sufi revival! So that there's so much floating around there. It's like I want people to have that. I remember walking around Portland and just like seeing, like I was rarely downtown in Portland, Oregon, where I'm from, and just seeing the homeless people, because there's not as many homeless in the neighborhood that I'm in. It's more residential, it's just not there in the same way. And I had just come from the Apple store because I needed to get something fixed on my laptop. And seeing these homeless, and I'm like, oh my goodness, Apple Computer has how many billions of dollars stacked up in reserve, and there's homeless on the streets. I mean, we've all felt this group. So, what I'm wanting to say is that I'm wanting folks that as we're navigating through life, we're navigating through business, that we have these anchors. And these anchors are a place to return to. So I want to give you an example of it, and then I'm gonna be leading you through this because I want this to be practical. I want you to like get your hands into it. And then after we do this work, in this first part of the morning, I want to get into some more nitty-gritty business stuff with your own businesses and things that you're working on. But I'll give you an example. Is that I was teaching this to some of our clients, and somebody was like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. How does this work? And she was working with her marketing. She was trying to get her marketing work. It's like, how am I supposed to? I don't understand how I'm supposed to anchor in this. And I said, okay, well, what's the quality that your heart is thirsting for? Like, if your marketing is successful, what are you hoping that would provide for you? You know, what are you hoping that would give you? And she started to feel, like she just took a moment, and she just felt like this sense of, God, I feel like a reed in the wind, where I'm really planted really strongly, but I can move, but I don't get blown around, right? There's like movement there. And we just kept staying with that. This is one of the pieces when you're doing this kind of work. So a lot of times the energy of the culture that we were in is like you get an answer and you're running with it. You know? Well, boom, into action. It's like, no, just take some time with this. Like, okay, well, feel that. What's that like? And I started asking a little bit more and just being with it, and she said, yeah, I get it. It's like, oh, I'm rooted. And it just came to her in a flash. And it came to her in a flash because she took time with it to open. And she said, oh, I'm standing strong where I am, and I'm not chasing after people, I'm inviting them to stand with me. And so this quality of standing strong, this should be quality, if I were trying to name it, might be sovereignty, a sense of, queenship for her. Kingship is like, oh, it's a divine quality. And then we just kind of sat with that and let her kind of think about her marketing. It's like, that is such a different energy to come from in creating marketing and acting on marketing. Is inviting people to stand with her instead of chasing after them. Exact same actions, exact same strategy. Maybe she'd be writing a newsletter, maybe she'd be doing, who knows, going out and giving talks. Whatever she'd be doing to like help to engage with people, but it's coming from this place of inviting people to stand with her instead of trying to chase after people. Oh my goodness, I need you. It doesn't feel good. Can you feel the difference there? And so, not only that, but when her marketing doesn't work or doesn't appear to be working, as it inevitably will, right? It's like you try something that doesn't work. That's her anchor. She comes back to that feeling. She doesn't come back to, oh, I'm supposed to be contacting 20 people this week. She doesn't come back to, oh, I'm trying to, bring in $5,000 this month. she comes back to this sense of, oh yeah, that's right, I'm grounded. Because she'll lose that sense. We all lose that sense, right? In Sufism, the main practice is called the remembrance. And one of my teachers says, it's not how do I remember, it's am I remembering. And so we forget and we remember, forget and we remember, come back to it. And so when she remembers, she can remember that that's the divine anchor for her marketing. So when she's off on her marketing, she comes back to the sense of, oh yeah, whoa, stop action. Stop acting. And let me ask to be filled with that feeling of being rooted and inviting people to stand with me. And then move to action from there. This, I think, is probably one of the most critical pieces that we'll need moving into the new economy is this ability to root in this way in walking through business. That's it, I'm done. So, any questions? I'm so curious what's going on for you out there. So, do we need a mic for the